Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy 2. It's been a little bit over a year. I bet a lot of people that watch my videos forgot that I even said that I was going to do this. But I did, and I am a man of my word. I said that I was going to come back to this game at some point to get all the green stars, and by golly, that is what we're going to start doing today. I'm gonna do one world per video, so these videos are gonna be a tad bit longer than the ones in the main LP, just in the interest of not belaboring this rather repetitive but also kind of fun part of the game. And here I'm just hopping around. I have not touched this game since I LP'd it, so I'm just kind of getting my bearings. I had to literally dust off the old Wii. Well, not the Wii itself. The Wii has been out, but the Wiimotes were tucked away, and I needed to wipe them down. They had collected a lot of minerals in the year that I've not been using them. Yes, I will be playing as Luigi because he's green, and it just seems fitting. And I like Luigi. Before I became a Wario stan, Luigi was my, go-to. Whenever you could play as Luigi in a Mario game when I was, a little kid, I would do that. But then, I don't remember what game started my, I usually default to Wario. This is mostly referring to Mario Kart. Because obviously you can't play as Wario and other stuff. They should make more Mario games where you can play as all of the bros, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the more traditional, in the more classical Mario gameplay sense. Or, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so yeah, we're back to square one here with Sky Station Galaxy. I'm not going to comment individually on all of these green stars. If you don't know the deal with the green stars, if you're, unfamiliar, there are 120 of them, and you get them. That's it, pretty much. Yeah, they're, some of them are like that, where they're just kind of hidden in plain sight. Other ones are a little bit trickier. None of them are super devious, and I don't think there are any that you have to, do anything for, like a challenge or anything. I'm pretty sure they're all just, you have to find it. Or get to it. Some of them, you'll see a couple in this video. Some of them are just, they're not particularly hidden, but you may have to do some, fancy jumpage if you want to get up to it, and I don't know if I already said this, because I have the memory of a squirrel, but I have never endeavored to get the green stars in this game. Every time I, get to that point in the game, I've just kind of put it away and then never come back to it, and then when I want to play the game again, I would always just restart. So yeah, this is my first time going through it, although don't think that I'm super cool, because I am using a guide, just to make it easier for myself. I don't want to cut around me, jumping around. In the times where, the location of the star isn't, explicitly telegraphed to you in some way. I don't want to have a whole bunch of, rigmarole to cut around and whatnot, so. And also, I do plan to, as I was doing with the latter half of Simpsons Hit and Run, I do plan to have some co-commentators come and join me for a little bit, because, there's not a whole ton going on in these videos. Although it's been a long time, you have seen all of these levels in this LP at least twice. I've made at least 2 rounds through all of these levels, because I had to do the main stars, and then I went back and did most of the prankster comments toward the end. So, yeah, I'm not gonna show absolutely everything, but I'll show stuff. Including all of my failures, of which you're going to see a couple right now. Just kind of telling where you are in space with this jump is a little bit special. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Maybe, I feel like maybe if I had done this, like, closer to when I had just finished the game. I'm not saying that I was, like, real nice with it in this game at the end of the LP or anything. In fact, I distinctly remember, like, you know, having trouble with the Bowser level, like, the second or, I guess, third time around when I did it. But, I don't know. Point is, maybe I would be better at it if I played this closer to when I played through the rest of it, but probably not. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I do plan to have some, like, Walter, JT, or Tyler, and some other buddies come and, you know, shoot the shit with me. And that's basically what this is gonna be. I mean, if you watch my videos, you know the drill. It's nothing too, not even a little bit hardcore. It's just, you know, video games I like, and me talking. What could be more exciting? So for now, we're just gonna have to see if I can hold my own for a 40-minute video. So, yeah. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a good Monday, even though Mondays suck. Garfield was really spitting when he said, "I hate Mondays," because boy, are they a pain in the ass. You know, you're having so much fun on Saturday and Sunday, you're going like, oh, hell yeah, and then you're like, oh, what the fuck? You have to go back to work. I know there are people who work on Saturday and Sunday, but if you're like me and you just work the 5-day work week, then, you know, that's the struggle. And everyone has some version of it. You have time where you're off, where it's awesome, and you have time where you're on, and it sucks. Luckily, it's been a pretty slow couple of weeks at work lately, because this is just the time of year where everyone at my job goes on vacation, so not a whole lot is going on. And I get to go home early most days. But I still have to go, you know, it's still going to your job. And in fact, like, the thing, it's kind of a catch-22 with slow work days, or like days that aren't busy, or where I, you know, don't do anything when I'm there, is that it's like, on the one hand, I prefer this because I, you know, don't do as much work and I'm just chilling out and whatever. But on the other hand, that like pisses you off because it's like, well, I could be chilling out and doing nothing in my house. And, like, yeah, it's cool I'm getting paid, but, like, I have to come to work, I have to be around people that I, you know... Not that I hate everybody I work with or anything, it's just, you know, the only reason I'm with them is that I work with them, so, you know, that would be the first choice. You know what I'm saying? You get it. If you've worked a job, you know what I am talking about. Worked a job? I don't know what that means. But anyway, yeah, so it's not been that big of a deal, but some other things in life have been less than chill lately, so that's not very fun. But you know, I'm alive and I'm having an okay time, and I'm being very stupid about getting this green star right now. I thought I was gonna get smushed down there, but luckily that did not happen. And then once you get over here, once you stop faffing around, it's actually pretty easy to get. So yeah, one of the reasons that I decided to do this game now is because I like don't know what else to do. I didn't have any other games really lined up as the next LP. I kind of, you know, I had been going through Simpsons Hit and Run, and the whole time I was like, well, I'm sure by the time that I finish this game, I will have like played through, because this is the thing, I like, as I've explained before, I like to play through at least a portion of most of the games that I LP first. Not so much so I can like be better at them when I play them on the recording, although that is the hope, but that never really happens. but mostly for like technical reasons. I don't want to run into any issue. Like, I want to start an LP and then there's something that I like didn't know about. I'm forever haunted by my experiences with Grand Theft Auto 4, with my initial LP of that, having to just abandon it because I didn't know that it was, at the time, impossible for me to do the final mission on PC. Eventually I figured out the fix for it, but not then. You know, she doesn't get to be a part of this star. That's sad. But, I don't know, maybe I should just stop being a pussy and, you know, just be okay with doing blind runs, and if the game is fucked up, then, like, well, that happens. So, yeah, but I don't know what to do next, so maybe at the end of this, because this is only gonna be, I guess, like 7 or 8 parts, I might do a poll at the end of this for what the next LP should be. I'll just think of, like, 3 games and see what kind of thing people want to see, because I also don't want to only ever do, like, licensed games and platforming games, but, I mean, I do like those, and I understand that I've carved out a bit of a niche for myself. Not really a niche, but you know what I mean. So, yeah. I also keep saying that I'm going to stream Max Payne on Twitch, and like start my whole thing of having a playthrough going on an LP and then a playthrough going of a single-player game on stream, and then I also have multiplayer stuff on the weekends. I've been saying that for like months, but every time that I'm like ready to stream during the week to do Max Payne, I like don't want to. I want to, like, because, you know, starting a whole new game and by my, like, I just usually wanted just to vibe on stream with the pals on Minecraft or TF2 or Halo or what have you. But, you know, if I want to be an epic gamer, I have to discipline myself more. We'll see if I do that. Anyway, this is Yoshi Star Galaxy. Nothing too crazy here. I like doing the green stars in this level because this level is nice and green, so it feels appropriate. Yeah, get ready for the screen to be just absolutely green-alicious for the rest of this run. I like how it's like, oh yeah, I fucked this one up a couple times. I like how the green border and everything is just a completely flat green color, and it looks like the MPA like rating thing that comes up before a trailer, you know, where it says like it's been approved for all audiences, da-da-da. It's kind of like that. It's kind of funny. So there you go, another galaxy saved, another gaggle of green stars gotten. It was almost alliteration. So yeah, alright. I am already drawing a blank of things to really say. Nothing... I won't say nothing has been going on with me, because things have been going on, just nothing that I really care to talk about in a video, because, you know, who wants to do that? I mean, I could be lame and talk about the weather. That's the perfect thing to talk about when you have nothing else to talk about. Although the weather is kind of notable, since it is very bad, like, everywhere. It hasn't been as hot the last couple of days. I also have not really been going outside. But, I mean, like it always is now, the last couple of months have been scorching in Philly, and I gather basically everywhere. is having like an insane heat wave. I've seen news of major rivers drying up on like 4 continents. Saw the Yangtze River, don't know if I'm saying that right, in China's like all but dried up. The Colorado River is at critical levels. The fucking Lake Mead is draining out and they keep finding dead bodies in it. It's not looking too good. Just things in general. The prognosis for human life at the moment is looking grim. But what else is new? But just in particular, that has been on my mind. Yeah, it seems to be creating problems. The FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago was funny. That was a nice little bright spot in the news for me. Not even because it's like, oh yeah, we finally got him, because as far as Donald Trump, or any rich, powerful person, seeing real, like, jail time, real consequence for, like, a real crime, I will believe it when I see it. Not putting my eggs in that basket. But it is very funny. That is the important thing, is that anytime like a really bad thing happens to Trump, it's really funny. This was not nearly on this level, but when he got COVID, that was a magical weekend. Yeah, definitely one of the most positive byproducts of the pandemic. And if he had died, it would have been one of the funniest things to happen in American history. So, alas. But somewhere, the, people living in the timeline where that happened, I hope they're enjoying themselves. But yeah, I don't know any other things. Most people that I know are already excited for fall, as am I. It's usually around this time of year that I start getting sick of the heat, and I'm ready for cozy weather. And just in general, the vibe of fall I like a little bit better. I like autumnal colors and everything. And I've never been much of a beach person. I mean, I like the beach, it's fine, but it's not like, my favorite thing to do. And don't like being hot, just plain and simple. So, and don't mind being cold as much. I've had this discussion numerous times, but yeah, so I'm ready for that. All the like movie people I follow and am friends with are all already talking about like spooky horror movies like it's the fall, because I think it's just because August sucks ass. There's no good holidays, and it's like the February of summer. It's like the Thursday of the year. It's just like weird, and I don't know. And no one does it. It's where like everyone goes on vacation. It's like a nothing month where everything feels pointless. To me, anyway. September is cool, and I like October too. September, October, November, December is pretty goated. Like, what do you call it? Lineup. I mean, cause like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, right in a row in October, November, December, like, that's a crazy run compared to literally every other 3-month stretch of the year's holidays. Just cannot hold a candle. If someone invented a Christmas in August, that would change the game. Someone needs to come up with a good August holiday. Just something that can be in August. Something we can celebrate in August, and whatever the holiday is, like, we have to come up with traditions and celebrations for it that are, like, cool and chill. That's what I think we should do. I think it would help heal the nation. We can't keep asking people, this is why crime is so high in the summer. We can't keep asking people, with all the nice weather, nice, quote-unquote, because most people like it hot for whatever reason, it's gonna only get hotter, so fucking, we we can't keep having people wait from 4th of July to Labor Day. It's just not sustainable for a society of this size to keep this going. So, that's what I think. Anyway, here we are, Fluffy Butt Galaxy. Galaxy I very much enjoy because I love the cloud power-up. Mostly because clouds are nice and fluffy looking. And also, I like that you can save yourself from dying by making a platform. It's a very nice power-up for people who are bad and need to overcorrect their jumps, like me. I wish that they did more with it, honestly. I feel like there's, most of the time where they really get into more cloud stuff, it's, all the stuff with, like, the windmills and whatnot, and I don't know, I kind of just like the idea of, like, you know, having really big open spaces and different planetoids, and then you have, like, a certain number of cloud power-ups available to you. Cloud flowers, I mean, and then, you know, you have to, like, you know, just more about the, like, the spacing and number of the clouds rather than just, like, you know, having, like, later on where you make the platforms just to, you know, go up or down and side to side in the windmill thing. And I think it's Cloudy Court. It's the next, like, big cloud level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would be better, but who am I to counsel Nintendo on game design? So, here's my genius brain at work. I was going for that one off in the distance that's right above the entrance where you start. That one that I'm pointing towards. And ended up fucking myself. And I actually end up getting the other star. So, whoopsie daisy. But doesn't matter. Okay, I was just giving my mouth and brain a rest from speaking. And the audience. I'm like, when are they gonna shut up? I do often think about how that might hit some people who see my videos for the first time, where... Because there are some LP videos, especially first videos in series, where I don't say anything for like the first several minutes of the video, and I mean, just personally, I can remember times where I was just looking for straight gameplay videos of a game, and I, you know, first couple minutes I don't hear anything, so I'm like, oh dope, and then I scoot ahead and I hear some fucking Norwegian guy or whatever speaking to me, and I'm like, oh no sir, this will not do. So I'm wondering if anyone has that with me. Not that I'm Norwegian. Although that would be pretty cool if I was. I feel like that would make me cooler. feel like it would add another dimension to my small YouTuber thing. I'm doing great with the coming up with words thing today. I don't have a whole lot to say here. These are, most of these green stars in this level you can just kind of see. Like, this one is not particularly hidden. It's kind of right there. And that's about it. So, I apologize. I definitely have been coddled by having co-commentators all through Simpsons Hit and Run, because now, like, it was 26 minutes of me trying to think of things to say over gameplay, and I'm just like, bleh. I'm also just like completely pudding brained just from things going on from the last week or so and from today. And today I've had sleepy brain all day because it's been rainy. So it was one of those days where I woke up late for work because of how gloomy it was outside. You know how when it's gray out and you wake up and you're like, buh, and like you should be able to call out of work just because it's raining, because it's like, hey, the sky makes me want to go to bed and makes me sad and not motivated to sell my labor. So you should be able to call out sick for that. You should be able to call out sick if you're a little sleepyhead. But anyway, so yeah, that happened today. So I've just been sleep brain all day, and which can be nice. It can be chill, but I don't know. Vibes are off. That's the problem. It happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes a gloomy day can be nice and relaxing. I actually had a pretty nice gloomy day yesterday, if I'm being honest. Yesterday was a pretty nice day. Watched 2 good movies with Liv, one in the afternoon and one at night. In the afternoon, we watched She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, the John Ford Western from 1949, the second in his Cavalry trilogy, and that was really, really good. And then at night, we rewatched North by Northwest, which is obviously a wonderful movie. So that was fun. That was a nice little rainy day in, but now it's a rainy day where we've been at work. It's less fun. So, I guess a fun thing that's been happening on the local side, and I talked about this a little bit in my last stream. I was talking about it with Walter and Josh, the other Pennsylvania, the Penheads, the other Pennsylvania natives, fellow citizens of the great Commonwealth. And that is the Fetterman versus Oz race for Senate, which is very funny, and has, turned out to be, more or less a given for Fetterman at this point. I mean, we don't want to say anything with certainty, but Oz is really, he's not bringing his A game, I have to say. Oz heads really have to be, they gotta be absolutely seething at the moment. Their boy is fumbling very badly. He had the weird grocery shopping video thing which didn't even tie Fetterman in, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he's like looking for ingredients for a crudité, and he's like, they have salsas $6 and carrots are $5. Which, the funny thing, first of all, is that when he says the salsa is $6, it's like the fucking dumb pre-packaged salsa, where, like, you could also get, like, tomatoes and make salsa, but, also, like, I really like his thing that he says where he's like, salsa is $6, there must be a shortage of salsa, because that's a thing that I hear from, like, older people all the time now, in the inflation era that we're in, where anytime that anything is like 30 cents more expensive than they think it should be, or think that it was at one point, they're like, oh, is there a shortage or whatever? Kind of like how every place now can, like, every time they like fuck something up, they're like, oh, we're short-staffed. It's like, okay. And I mean, in a lot of cases, I'm sure they are short-staffed, but it's funny when I've seen companies and indeed departments in my own job, where they're like, oh yeah, we're understaffed. It actually takes 200 people to sign a paper or whatever. I don't know. It just seems like such a layup for Fetterman. Oz is, very easy to paint as, like, out of touch and a carpetbagger, both of which he is. And it's also crazy now because the GOP is just kind of stuck with him because Trump endorsed him, and it is really... I'm really struggling to find a reason that Trump endorsed him outside of just being a fellow TV guy, which is pretty funny, I have to say. It's funny to have daytime TV solidarity, but yeah, he's like a weird little freak, and yeah, hope he loses, think he will lose. Also, apparently the fundraising for his and other Republican campaigns in a couple battleground states have just, like, completely cratered. Although I was reading today that apparently those that just, like, GOP campaign machine in general recently got, like, a more than $1 billion donation from some, anonymous lender or lenders through one of many dark money organizations. One of those things that everyone just knows exists and is like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, all the best of luck to the big boy against the Turkish delight, Mehmet Oz. And I don't know. I want to say that it's funny, but honestly, like, so, like, the big thing is that Fetterman, or, obviously his social media team, not Fetterman himself, has been, like, owning Oz, which, frankly is quite easy target. He's really been just setting it up for Fetterman to knock it down. But, I don't know. I can't really get jazzed about that anymore, about, like, politicians being epic is not my thing, but, and in general, I mean, obviously, like, not so much the Fetterman race, as much as the governor's race between, Shapiro and, Doug Macaroni. That one is a little bit more consequential to me personally. But outside of that, I mean, national level politics, I feel like at this point, at least for me, I am just viewing it as purely sick spectacle at this point. I don't really have much emotional investment in that doing anything for me or really changing the calculus very much. But yeah, again, like state and local level stuff for sure. That can definitely still be meaningful, but yeah, certainly not fucking president shit. I mean, that's not my problem. It's clearly not my decision in a meaningful sense, so I'm not worried about it. And I kind of hope that it's not just Biden and Trump again. That would be kind of lame to just redo it the same, although very funny. And it would be really funny to have like 2 80-year-old men running for president, and one is like in prison and the other is in the hospital. That would be super awesome and like poetically very appropriate, but it would also suck ass and probably not be quite as fun as one might think. Probably not as funny as it would sound. Because I mean, I was thinking that the Biden presidency was going to be hilarious because Joe Biden is very funny, but they almost never let him come out. So he's just been getting COVID 40 times and staying inside, and now they don't let him come out and tell stories about corn pop, or come out and go to Michigan and call voters fat and shit. Like that stuff was funny, but now, yeah, I don't know. I've just been, I don't know about all y'all, and I'm sorry to bring the vibe down in the cheery Mario game. I swear to God, I'll get a person for the next video, and we'll have a blast. We'll have a grand old time. We'll talk about all kinds of wackiness. But yeah, I've just been feeling like the air is being let out of me, and I'm a balloon. That's a very that sounds a lot more dramatic than I'm trying to make it sound. Just kind of a lot of things have been just feeling like a wet fart lately. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of where I'm at with a lot of things, but not with gaming and talking over the gaming. I mean, legitimately, I don't know if it's coming across in my, I don't know how it would come across in my gameplay. I'm not jumping for joy every second, but probably not in my commentary. But I actually am already, and obviously it's just the first world, but it's been fun coming back to this game. Like, I forgot, like, oh yeah, I love this game, and I've never done the Green Star, so it's fun to be doing something new in it. And yeah, I do advise, if you're not confident, which is why I did it, to get the extra life to get this one, but ended up not really needing it. Yeah, it's right here off the edge. I think you can get there with just the long jump. It looks like you can, so you probably don't even need the extra life. You can probably do it without taking any damage at all, but I managed to do it with just one hit, and it was kind of funny because you just heard Luigi go, ah! And then it immediately cut to the hooray, you got a star music, which is fun. Anyway, okay, we got through it, everybody. I rambled for 39 minutes while you watched me get all the green stars in World 1, so here we are. I'm going to show it off for some reason. All the levels in World 1 are completed. Now we are ready to move on to World 2. And like I said, I'm going to hopefully have JT or Walter or somebody joining me for the next one. Hopefully I also stop dropping shit during the recording. And yeah, we'll have a ball. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of this game, and I will see you guys next time for World 2.